Welcome to episode 26 of Both Down, the number one Blood Bowl podcast.
That smells like peppermint, tastes like pumpkin.
Okay, that's a valid opening. I'm Steve, a.k.a. Kilowagi. With me, as always, is Scott, a.k.a. Scott Prime.
Scott Prime.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Why do you taste like pumpkin?
Because I'm gingery. I don't know.
Okay, that works.
I'm orangey. And I probably smell like peppermint because I like peppermint M&Ms a lot.
Those are pretty good.
Those are amazing. I usually don't like the weird flavors of M&Ms or
Yeah.
M&Ms in general, but those are...
We never got to try any of the pumpkin ones.
No, because they were all sold out.
So if anyone has any pumpkin M&Ms, please let us know.
If you have gingerbread M&Ms, let us know. Because somebody said they're out there, and I have not seen them yet. And I don't know if they'd be as good as the peppermint, but I am willing to try them.
With a shot. So anything else going on? Blood Bowl related?
Blood Bowl related. I am in the middle. Why'd you laugh?
Because I have nothing, I don't think.
It's different doing these now that we live together.
Yeah.
We have to act like we haven't seen each other all the time.
I haven't seen you since 10 seconds
What
ago.
have you done the last week, Steve? Blood Bowl wise, I'm in the middle of a draft for this fumble league I'm in with the Nolans Stanks, my
Nice.
Nurgle team. And right or wrong, I drafted a player named Lance Mad Beaver Mitchell. And he's going to be a new Pestigore on my team. And I can't remember what he has. I think he has like block, dodge, sidestep, something like that.
Awesome stuff.
Well, there's
Sort of.
some people thought maybe that was the wrong pick. So I don't know. I'm totally new to this league, and it's really unique that they draft these players from like a college Blood Bowl league, and then they go on. So
We'll have to talk more about that on a future episode once you get into
once
it.
I really get into it, yeah. I mean, I plan on kind of reporting matches and stuff, and trying not to complain about the dice rolling machine
That's
or
cool.
the card flipping machine on Fumble, but we will see how it goes. So I'm in the middle of the draft, and it's pretty interesting. Those guys like to give each other a hard time, and some guys evaluate the draft up to now and everything, and they're really picky about how you draft because they want you to say, like, with the number overall 3 pick, the New Orleans Stanks drafts Lance Mad Beaver Mitchell from Oregon State, and they want you to kind of keep it, really fluffy.
fluffy,
And it's really awesome, actually.
Oh.
So, kudos to them. So,
Yeah, far be it from us to complain about people keeping things fluffy.
right. So, really, that's kind of all I've done. I played our league game and enjoyed that.
You're still waiting on Alan for the last of this week.
Old stinky Allen. So,
But we did cover the star player of Alan's last month, right? Mm-hmm. And how
Baron von Darkhart.
right, and how him leaving the team was supposed to make him better, and he whittled the team down, supposed to be a nice, lean, mean fighting machine.
Right.
Yeah, the Belrue Swamp Dogs ran them over,
Well, that's your Lizard Man team
It is.
versus his vampire team.
and I destroyed him.
I've heard
had
this.
at least 10 casualties against him. But, some of those were like him falling down or his crowd or whatever. But I cleared the pitch. The first time, I don't think anyone in the leagues cleared the pitch. Have we?
Not that I know of.
Because I came close against you. I got you down to 1 tree man.
Yeah, it was great.
But that was about it. And I had Sarge down to 2 elves one time, I think. But yeah, I cleared the pitch. Then he set up, and I almost cleared the pitch again. Got within 2. I was like, dang it.
Nice.
Like, I could clear the pitch, or I could just take the easy touchdown. So I took the easy touchdown.
Right.
Yeah.
So what else has been going on? You ready for Christmas?
Ready as I can be.
What do you mean? You're not really you don't really get into like Christmas, do you?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Well, you will this year
More so.
because you got like fake kids now, and
I'm forced to be around it, yeah.
it's pretty humorous watching as time goes on. As the kids get used to the living situation, they're very concerned when they come home and Steve's not around yet, and they're like, "Where's Steve?" And especially the little one, she really wants to be in Steve's business. So I think it's kind of cool how they've taken a liking to you. So,
Well, I'm like Dad Jr.
Dad Junior, you're like Uncle Grandpa,
Uncle, I don't know if that's good or not.
not the cartoon.
Okay.
Just in general.
I can't.
I realize there's
can't
a
get into the
Uncle
cartoon.
Grandpa cartoon. That's horrible. So
yeah.
you'll have a good Christmas this year because
Cool.
I like to make sure everybody has Christmas here.
Good.
So I'm looking really forward to that. What else is going on? I have a Facebook account now for Scott Prime.
Bum, bum, bum.
So I don't post a lot on there or anything, but if you do want to contact me or have, like, I guess news groups or, I don't know, Blood Bowl news groups, or you want to send me stuff, feel free to do that. If you know any, like, single ladies out there who are fairly attractive, send them my way. Keep talking to Core about
And my
his
way,
sister.
either way.
Nah, you're fine.
Core's got some good sisters.
Oh, dude. I was like, hey, buddy, send them over.
Very funny, Scott.
He was like, I don't think they're ready for that. I was like, I understand. So, yes, I do have a Facebook account, so you can bother me or whatever. It's amazing how many people already know about it without us announcing it. So I figure we'll get more people to.
That's the power of Facebook.
It's kind of scary, actually.
It's why our buddy Sarge is not on there. He used a fake email address, one he's never used before, created it just for Facebook. He logs into Facebook the first time, fills out a little bit of information. I don't think he even gave that much. And it's like, Facebook recommends these people. And his people he served with in Iraq. And he's like, how do they know? And he just freaked him out and closed it.
It asks
quit.
you a lot of questions.
Yeah,
It just wants to know everything. And I'm assuming females fill everything out. Everything. It's like, you don't have your phone number on here. You need to do that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Well, you can set it to private. I do. That way, it's good for family. So if family ever needs to get contact with you and you've updated your phone, but they should have it anyways. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they should. So
It worked good after the tornado. People were able to get contact with
and
Dad.
Matt Forback wants to be my friend. I find that hard to believe. So unless somebody recommended, I don't understand how that works. But anyway, so I'll get used to it.
I don't know.
So yeah, I got the Facebook thing going, and there's something else.
And our Facebook page is facebook.com/bothdown.
Right. What else was I going to... There was something else I was going to talk about, but I guess...
Probably nothing important.
No, probably not, but...
Oh, yeah.
So you want to know what we're talking about today?
Sure.
All right, so people asked us to... we put it out there on Twitter, like, hey, what do you want us to talk about? And we had quite a response for kickers, because kickers used to be part of the game in second edition, so we're going to talk about them in our first segment.
Yeah, they used to actually be a dedicated position, so
That's
it should
right.
be interesting.
And they had their own skills and everything. Then in our second segment, we're going to talk about some homemade Christmas star players.
That should be interesting.
It should, since we didn't really talk about this.
And we don't know who
beforehand.
we have. We just know we don't have each other's.
That's right. We don't have each other. That's
Because we told Alan who we had, and Alan's like, nope, you guys don't have the same one. So
That's right. So
just any general character from the Christmas pantheon.
That's right. Mine's kind of out there.
It's Yukon Cornelius, isn't it?
It was almost Yukon Cornelius, but I did not do it. I was so close to doing that. Then we have a very special both down presentation of this contract signing with Baron von Darkhart, as he signs a contract with, I guess, an agent or something to be a free agent in the Dragonfire Blood Bowl League. So that should be interesting, yeah. And then, of course, like shout-outs and everything else. As always.
And I guess we could say we always have our little segment by Snob Costas.
Oh, that's right. Snob's
We
always in there.
never think to say it, but yeah, it's always there.
That's because I usually don't hear it until we put it up.
I know.
And then I get great joy by like, yes, this is part I haven't heard. So
I know that's kind of what I do too,
I usually
sadly.
skip ahead and listen to it, and then I listen to the whole episode again together. So
Okay, well,
that's my pleasant surprise. Oh, I know what I want to talk about,
What?
but we'll talk about it during shout-outs. So it's not that important. It's not Blood
Okay.
Bowl related. So
oh, okay.
it's just talk.
This is about how big the Earth is.
I would like to talk that, but we will wait a few episodes to talk about
Okay.
that conversation.
Well, just so you know, the sun is bigger than the Earth, and not everybody knows that. That's the sad thing. So, but we'll leave that, and we'll take a break, and then we'll come back.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Both Down is brought to you by Wizards Asylum, your premier source for comics and games in Norman, Oklahoma. Check them out online at their new home, wizardsnorman.com.
We're back, and we're going to be talking about kickers this segment. If you didn't know, like I said previously, kickers were at their own dedicated position in first and second edition, I think.
I don't know about first because I've never played it, or do I own it, so I haven't really looked through those rules.
We should play that sometime. It'd probably be completely different.
I'd be up for it. I mean, we have everything else to do in the world now.
That's true.
So
Got plenty of time.
Yeah, kickers were around second edition. They came out. They had their own kicker skill table. They even had in the companion, it talked about how they could kick field goals and get a half point.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do that?
It's been a while, but you could. In the companion, it told you how to play with downs.
Yeah.
And so, like, you could play with, like, I get the kickoff. I get 4 plays to score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
There's no first downs. Okay, so you get 4 plays, and you would stop play. You would set up the line. You would set up your defense, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Maybe you set up defense first. And then we'd have a play. And as soon as I got tackled, that's where the ball landed. Or
Yeah.
the ball didn't fumble. In the companion, there were some rules in the companion. Now, it's been a while since I looked through the companion, so I don't know if those were
Seems a lot more
league,
rugby.
But, yeah. So you didn't fumble every time. You had 4 plays. Well, that's where this blitz action we get from the kickoff table comes from, because the defense has 1 blitz per those 4 plays, and they get to go first on that one time.
Huh.
Okay? So, obviously, we played with an extra long field. We played with the styrofoam field when we took the extra middle out of another styrofoam field.
Yeah.
And we had a long field, so it was really challenging. And when we did play with those rules, I'd always save my blitz action for the 4th down.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't scored by then I can blitz, sack you, and then
Makes sense.
it's my ball. So that's where kickers came in. They kick the ball or kick a field goal or whatever. And
okay.
you roll. There's a kick table and stuff. So, see if it goes through. So that's where all this comes from. And if you look at a lot of minis, they have kickers and stuff. Ertl Sidewinder, I think he was – no, not him. I'm sorry. Was it Dolphar? What's the stupid guy's elf's name? He's in the stupid star player book. Steve's looking for.
Daltran?
There's Periot Rainforest for the Gladiators.
That's a great
name. There's the one guy in the star player book.
Dolphar Longstride.
Yeah, he's also a star player.
We don't play elves.
Well, nobody would grab him anyways. So that's where a lot of these guys come from. That you see with all the kick skills and stuff in the star players.
Okay.
So there you go. So we were asked to, talk about kickers again, maybe even bringing them back. I know our buddy Extreme even said, hey, talk about kickers.
It would be kind of neat if you actually had that dedicated position.
So,
but, I don't know, because then you're going to leave him in the backfield and it just become your safety. And
well, a lot of times when I see a guy in the backfield that has Hail Mary, and I know in everybody's mind that guy always just clears the ball by throwing a pass down the field.
Mm-hmm.
I always think of it as a punt anyways.
yeah.
Like he's just punting the ball to clear it. So
Makes sense.
So in some aspect, we have kickers because you have a skill to be a kicker. Most teams only have one guy with kick on his team, and then some guys have Hail Mary, to clear the ball.
Yeah.
Old skills back then, there was a skill chart that you rolled for random skills, and the skills were kick, long kick, which added on to the end of the kick, so it was a longer kick.
Would it add one or another dive roll?
I think it was a square per level, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can look these up. I got the book right in
that's
front
okay.
of me. Mighty kick, so you could kick the crap out of people
Oh,
when
nice.
they're down. Nerves of steel, and a skill called up and under. And up and under means you kick the ball so high up in the air, it was like a high kick.
Yeah.
So the ball wouldn't land immediately. You had a play, and the ball was still in the air. So you could almost catch your own kickoff type deal.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So it's kind of game breaking.
So you could really do that on the 8th play. And
in the current rule set, I think it would really be game breaking with
Yeah.
Skaven and elves and stuff. But that's some of the old skills they have. There was only those 5 skills that were on the kicker skill table.
Okay.
So let's discuss if we had kickers nowadays.
See, my idea, if we had them now, like I said, it's without making new skills, it would be kickoff return, maybe. You could say dirty player or sneaky get because they're kicking people when they're down.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, maybe like you said, Hail Mary pass to simulate a punt in the middle of a game. I'm not. It would be interesting, but I can see why they're gone.
Here's my take on maybe some new kickers.
Okay.
I thought it was exactly like you did, Hail Mary and stuff like that, just to simulate existing skills. But let's look at so we had these 5 skills before. We'd keep kick because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like we already have that skill, so why change it? And it's obvious. Long kick, you're right, it could be just like Hail Mary. Mighty kick we don't need because of sneaky get. Nurse is still there. And like I said, I think up and under would be a skill that couldn't be used. So we get rid of that one.
Because, you do that on the 8th play, and they have no chance of getting the ball
So
at all.
I would like to take pro and add it to this list. Okay.
Okay.
Of skills that would be available if there was a kicker position. And
Could you
kicker
re-roll
skills.
the kick?
Why not? Well, you would. Hold on, I got another skill that I'm adding to it.
Okay.
You're going to see
Sorry.
why you'd have pro. Maybe add fend because most kickers do not like to get hit.
As we see
So
in
they
the NFL.
do everything possible to get away. And then I would add a skill called punt. And I have not play tested this at all. This is just me jotting it down, thinking about it.
Sure.
You would roll. It's you don't use your agility or anything. It's just a roll that you would do on a D6. 1 is a fumble. What you do is you say your destination of the kick, and so you lay out
How far
pass
away?
chart.
Oh, just like pass chart?
just like the pass chart,
Okay.
and you would just roll the direction you want to kick it. Okay, first off, so you'd have to hold the thing out, and then you roll a D6. 1's a fumble, 2's a quick, so it only goes the distance of that quick.
Okay.
3 is short, 4 is short, 5 is long, and 6 is long bomb to clear it out. So you don't know. It's kind of it depends how you kick that thing off your foot. Okay?
That's neat.
The skill called punt also, when it is kicked, you place it in one of those squares that was touching that line of the passing template,
Mm-hmm.
and then it scatters 6 times because you don't have any control over it. Because this is a punt. You're just kicking it off your foot. So it could go way in your favor 6 times in the air, or way in your not. It could go back and forth. It could wobble. It could go out of bounds. It's got to be some type of risky if you just want to clear
6
this.
is a lot, but yeah.
Well, then maybe not 6, but more than 3. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I don't think
Because
it's
Hail
wrong,
Mary's
but yeah.
3. Well, it also makes sure that people don't. If you had 3,
Yeah.
it only scatters 3 times like Hail Mary. You could put it kind of in the coffin corner and kind of control that.
How about you roll? Well, I'm just thinking that's a lot of rolls. You could roll 3 times and it goes 2 squares each time.
Well, something like
But
that.
yeah,
But it's got to
same
scatter and
concept.
flutter more because you really just want people with this punt skill just to kick it kind of in the open field
Mm-hmm.
and clear the ball instead of like putting it right in the back of the end zone so there's no chance whatsoever. So that's the skills I have for these kickers. They would probably have 1 less armor than maybe a normal lineman for that position.
Okay.
Now,
I can see that.
that's just my initial thinking. And usually, kickers don't have that much armor either on, real life. Now, I wouldn't punish teams like elves. I wouldn't punish them with a guy with 6 armor because they already have 7.
They can have a guy with 6. It's fine.
But
They're elves.
there would be some.
What would be interesting
What's that?
is if you combined that with the field goal idea of you can, if you punt it and it goes out of bounds past the goal line in the middle zone, then it's half a point.
But I don't like the concept of half points. Not when touchdowns are only worth 1. I just hate the half point thing.
I can see that, but
Now, if the rules were written way back
That's
when,
kind of
where
neat.
touchdowns were 2 points and
Yeah.
kicks were 1, I would have no problem with it. But in my brain, I can't accept the half point stuff.
I can see that.
Unless you said that was a way to stop overtime. Everybody plays an overtime game. It's just the first one to score, and even a half point works. Whatever.
Interesting idea. for this.
Interesting about kickers that most of the kickers in the old books had 8 armor. And an interesting story way back when me and my buddies Gary and Robert played a ton of 2nd edition Blood Bowl, there was a goblin miniature. It looks like he's raising his leg and kicking.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember the old Cincinnati Bengal player named Icky Woods?
Yeah.
He did the Icky Shuffle,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt, and he was never any good. So our friend Robert had a goblin team, and we called him Kicky Woods because it just went with Icky Woods. And I set his stats to just like a normal kicker. He had 8 armor, and like all the other goblins. And we were playing a game. Actually, Robert and Gary were playing a game, and Gary thought he injured that goblin. He goes, okay, I rolled an 8. I hurt him. And he's like, Robert goes, no, he has 8 armor. And Gary goes, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden he's like, what? And the famous quote from ever, goblins can't be kickers. And like, it was just, I know this is not funny to anybody else, but for us, it was like the funniest thing that we keep talking about because it really bothered Gary. And at the time, I just said he's just a unique player who has 8 armor
Right.
and just let it be for fun. And because, goblins were really even worse back then.
It's hard to believe.
And it was just a funny, great moment for at least me because I've lived through that. But and that's why in our Dragonfire League, when you play the Goblin All-Star,
Yeah.
there's a player on there named Kicky Woods, and he has 8 armor and kick.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the origin of that character comes from.
That's cool.
And if this is your first time listening, in our league, you get to play either a Halfling All-Star team or a Goblin All-Star team, and a lot of those names and stuff come from characters that I was around in 2nd edition. So,
That's neat.
and it's just a game just to beat up on goblins or halflings and
Get some points.
get some points. So that's my idea for some type of punt and a kicker in the game. I wouldn't mind seeing the position come back, but
How many teams would actually take them, though?
not many. I think it would be more for the fluff guys like
Yeah.
who have the models maybe, because there's so many little models out there that
I do like the
old
models.
kicker models. Golden Toed Joe from Extremes, the 40 Miners, yeah, that's a kicker model.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I think some of those guys would take him, But is it really needed? Maybe, probably not. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if it was really needed, it'd be in the rule set already.
Exactly.
Because, people want to complain about the rules and complain that it's not brutal enough or it's too brutal or 4th edition was better or this or that. The rules are in a really good place.
It's
and-
very even.
And I don't know if they need to be changed, but it's always fun to talk about.
Right.
So,
That's half the fun.
your thoughts?
Nothing really. I agree. I mean, like I said, I don't think it's needed. It's fun, but overall, that's it. I mean,
You're just, See, I think if you would have lived through maybe some of the 2nd edition rules,
yeah.
you might feel different about it.
I think so. Well, I just see as a gaming thing, I look at it and I see that position, and I know a lot of people now don't even take the big guys because they want to min-max so much on their teams. We pretty much always take big guys. Just because we feel in the fluff of the game, you should have him because he's a position. You should have all your positions.
It is very rare in our league that anybody doesn't take the big guy. And usually if somebody decides not to do it, they never go back on it.
Mhm.
Like my Oklahoma Ginger Badgers, we're never probably ever going to take a troll. That's why I
Right.
never painted one, because that team will never do it. And I think Alan's Skaven team, I think he said from the very get-go that, like, the fluff of our team, we're not taking a Rat Ogre, right? Or did he take
I
one
thought he did
eventually?
at the
Did he
beginning.
finally break down and take one this year?
I don't remember.
He didn't all last season at all.
Oh.
And he did very well without one.
No, you're right, because I'm confusing him with Sarge's team.
And we have other people that has
Yeah.
taken Rat Ogres.
Yeah.
And I take most of the positionals all the time anyways.
I don't have an assassin on my Dark Elf team.
Well, nobody can blame me for that.
No. If I could get him points and pick multi-block, you better believe I would. But where we have the random skills, I'm not going to waste my time.
No.
I mean,
I understand.
realistically, if I could just put her in, get her 2 touchdowns or something in an MVP and she gets multi-block, 100% worth it. I would
No,
do it.
I understand. I don't think, well, we're going on a tangent here, but I don't think the assassin position is that fun, even with skills you get to pick. So
With multi-block, it is.
well, it worked for one tournament.
It's still fun. Okay, but yeah, that's our review and look into kickers. If you have any ideas, let us know. If there's something we didn't cover that we should have, let us know.
Yeah, send us your thoughts. We'll read them on the air. If you really have some, as long as it's not like some 4-page essay on kickers, that I don't care about. But if it's short and to the point and has some good ideas, yeah, we'll listen to it.
Okay.
And so I guess we're going to be back. We're going to take a break. Come back with some Christmas Star players.
Sounds good.
All right.
This is Wilhelm Scheney wishing all of you a Merry Christmas, but I know you won't have one because Krampus is visiting you all. Schweinhund!
All right, we're back. We're going to talk about some Christmas-themed Star Players.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. We're not going
Green Giant.
to... Man. We ought to make some like little cartoon where Santa Claus slays the Green Giant for taking his
You've been
catchphrase.
taking my catchphrase, you son of a bitch. Ho, ho, ho. Cane pain.
Take this. I already killed Sprout. All right, so let's get to our Star Players. And why don't you go first, Steve?
Okay. I chose Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
You want to know who I chose? Or you want to wait?
Well, I'll just go through mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The red-nosed reindeer.
Well, he is. So
Can I guess his race?
Did we pick? He's a reindeer.
Okay, but like,
Would I pick a race? I mean, he's a reindeer.
he's a real reindeer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you think this was like a human dressed up like him?
No, I just thought it'd be like super fluffy and like so like a reindeer in that world would be like probably the closest thing would be a beast man.
Didn't think about that.
Okay. So yours is a reindeer. I like that.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Lucky Luke. You know,
Okay,
Lucky Luke was a unicorn. Why
Okay.
can't?
okay, that's fine. I kind of went a little different.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I figured since he is a reindeer, he goes pretty fast, and since he's the 9th reindeer, he should have 9 movement,
Okay,
2 strength because he is little, 3 agility, and 7 armor. Again, he's little. Obviously, he'd have loner since he doesn't play with the other reindeer that often, and he has to since he's a star player. But since he is tough, he has Dauntless, because he can take down the biggest guy out there if he wants to. He also has Dodge, because why not? Leap, because he can just leap into where he needs to be. He is the leader, so he gets leader. And it's technically foul appearance, but he has cuteness. Because you don't want to hit a reindeer. He's just too cute. So you have to roll for foul appearance. And the most interesting part,
you find Rudolph cute.
he is cute. He's a little reindeer.
You like him because he's close to a pony, don't you?
No,
Okay,
everybody likes Rudolph.
that's true.
And I gave him Hypnogaze. Yep. He just runs up to people, turns on that nose, and wee.
All right, I like that.
So that's 200,000, I figure. It's not overly great, but he's a nice utility figure.
He's
And
pretty fast.
with a lot of movement, he can get up and hit people with the Dauntless. And
Did you say he had horns?
no, I didn't give him horns
He gave him a horn.
because he's got little nubs.
He's got nubs.
Yeah.
Okay. It just
Which-
depends which Rudolph it is.
Well,
if
it's
it's like
true.
Rudolph or it's like one of those later Rudolphs when he's
Well, he's not going to hurt people. It's not his thing. He'll Dauntless. He'll take him down, but he's not trying to really hurt him. He's not. And also, horns and Dauntless don't work great together.
okay. All right.
I thought about giving him no hands, but he can always catch them with his horns or his mouth.
Right. He likes to play reindeer games, just nobody lets him play.
Right, exactly. Hence the loner. Aw.
Poor guy. All right, you ready for mine?
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna. Ironically enough, we're sticking to the same type of Christmas animation or whatever cartoon, and I chose Hermie, the Misfit Elf. And
Okay.
I was torn between Hermie and the Misfit Elf and whatever the little choo-choo train was that had the square wheels, all the Misfit
God.
toys.
Yeah.
So what I did is kind of put an amalgam of those together.
So Hermie has square legs?
No. This is think in the Blood Bowl world. So if he's an elf, a Blood Bowl elf, okay? But he's a misfit, and like a misfit toy that has maybe the wrong pieces. He's Hermie the Misfit Elf. His stats are 6, 3, 4, 7, just like a dark elf lineman, but maybe a little bit less armor because he's kind of wuss a little bit.
Yeah.
I gave him Dauntless, Fend, and Wrestle, and Loner. Maybe too many skills.
No.
but I wanted to kind of make him semi-useful. And then he has one random mutation because he's a misfit elf or a misfit toy that doesn't have all the right pieces. And he has a special rule where each half you roll a d6. On a 1, you get foul appearance, 2 disturbing presence, 3 tentacles, 4 claws or teeth, however you want to view it, since he's a dentist. 5, he gets his extra arms, or 6, he gets horns. And then if it starts the next half, you randomly roll again, because every time he takes that wrapping paper off, he's a different misfit toy. Or a misfit elf, however you want to look at it. So he's been kind of touched by chaos, the Christmas chaos gods. He can play... I only had him at 140. That might be a tad too low.
He doesn't have a whole lot of skills, though.
I have him playing for...
Probably low for an elf, though.
Probably. I have him as playing with Dark Elves, Chaos Pack, and Nurgle teams.
I can see that.
I don't know. So I just thought of the Misfit toys and Hermie, the Misfit Elf, and I just kind of mixed them all together.
dentist.
I just want to be a dentist. I almost went like total dentist route with just little dentist pokey tools so he could stab and all that, but it was too close to assassin. So I went back to my original idea with the Misfit toy stuff and everything. So, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool that I could see this flamboyant elf come out on the field, and he's kind of mean because he's tired of getting picked on, and then he unwraps his uniform, and he has something different on him. And whoa,
That's kind of neat.
he's got a tentacle today. And the next half, well, sure could use that tentacle. Oh, no, he's got 4 arms. So,
Jeez.
anyways, that was my idea.
See, I almost thought about taking Frosty, because if you listen to Frosty, I was driving home the other day and was kind of bored, and I was listening to Frosty the Snowman on the radio, and if you imagine that he's leading the children in a riot against the town, it's a lot of fun. Because, he paused just a moment when he heard the policeman say stop. I just imagine Frosty, tilting his head to the side and smiling and going,
F you.
say what? And then...
Stabbing him with his broomstick or something?
Well...
Because he had a broomstick in his hand.
Exactly, yeah. Thumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump, thump. Look at Frosty go. Thumpity. Just thumping all the way across the fields and snow.
So he's just destroying everybody.
Yes.
That's actually good.
I thought so.
But when you said Yukon Cornelius,
Yes.
that was one of the first guys that popped in my head.
The
And
heat
then I
miser.
really thought you might do that, so I was like, I better not.
Well, I thought of Rudolph and I thought Hypnogaze for the red nose. I'm like, I have to do that.
I also thought of the Bumble, because Bumbles bounce, give him jump
Oh,
up
wow,
and stuff.
yeah. Jump up, leap.
But we're going to do this forever, so we can do that next year if we want. So,
The cold miser.
Cold Miser, Heat Miser.
We could do different versions of Santa. How Hero Clicks used to do stuff.
Yeah, we could. Clockwork Santa.
Young
Evil
Santa, old Santa.
I really thought you might do Krampus.
Krampus would be cool.
Krampus should be an evil son of a gun. Unless it's the one from American Dad, and then we know he's really nice. It's Santa that's the jerk. So if you haven't watched American Dad's Christmas special with Krampus in it, you need
This
to.
year, yeah.
Was it this year's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was amazing. Amazing. And then what was the other one you made me watch? One from last year?
One from a couple years back or
Where
so.
Santa learns to hate the Smith family?
Yeah. Steve shoots Santa by accident.
That's right.
Then he gets revenge.
Yeah. Great stuff.
We're coming to get you, Smiths.
Now that I have Steve in my house, I don't have to watch highbrow shows like The Housewives of New York City or Little Rich Bitch Needs to Go Buy More Stuff.
That is a good show, though.
Oh my gosh. Those
Just
things-
like Midget Millionaires.
Is that really?
No, just Little Rich Bitch.
Hey, don't tell somebody. It'll be on the air. I don't have to watch those shows. I get to just watch American Dad and Bob's Burgers and good, wholesome entertainment.
It's a nice living, isn't it?
It's actually not too bad. I wouldn't change it. So,
Okay, well, we got anything else for this segment?
no, we sure don't. But what we do have,
Kind of goes fast. Maybe we should do 2 next time.
well, we could.
Yeah.
I mean, we can ramble on about other cool things we do.
We do that.
Oh, okay. What'd you get me for Christmas?
So we're going to end this segment,
All right.
and we'll be back for shout-outs.
No, we're not
Oh,
shout
yeah.
outs. Duh.
Duh.
We got the big contract signing.
Yeah, I wanted to forget that.
All right, we'll be back with the contract signing of Baron von Darkheart. Stay tuned.
Hi ho, it's Micah Silversmith here, the Dragonfire Blood Bowl League question guru and rankings prognosticator, wishing you a Merry Christmas. You're listening to Both Down with Steve and Scott.
All right, we're back for our segment where we have Baron von Darkheart from the Dragonfire Blood Bowl League,
The second ever star player.
second ever legendary star player.
Right. As opposed to the common star players.
Well, I mean, this one's legendary status, and he's chosen to. You've chosen to become a free agent in our league,
Yes. Yes, I have.
and you're here today to announce. We all know that all these legendary star players like Griff Oberwald and all those guys have their own apothecary. They have their own agents. They have all these special conditions for them to play with other teams. That's why you guys are so bloated in price. So
I wouldn't call it bloated. I would say it's more of a... It's what I'm worth. I'm worth that much money.
And how much is it?
Yeah, it's not worth talking about right now. I mean, are you going to hire me right now?
probably
Don't have a
not.
game.
I really think this was a bad move of you going to the free agency market.
No. If
You did abandon your team awfully quick.
Well, they abandoned me first, if you really think about it. I mean, come on. I've been carrying this team for a long time.
So you played for the Sylvanian Terrors,
Yes.
a big, long mainstay for the Dragonfire Blood Bowl League, which
Yes.
is our league that we play. And you made it to the playoffs once.
Last year, even.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, so...
So you would think a playoff team who just their best player got even better, and then somehow they failed you and you just abandoned them?
No. They have failed me before many times. So
yeah, but last year you went to the playoffs.
that's because I took them to the playoffs, and I could no longer carry that burden all by myself, especially not for the price they were paying me. I mean, come on.
So it's all about the money.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, yes.
Well, there is a sense of immortality by announcing that you're a free agent and where you're going with this, because it seems like all those guys, even if they somehow die. Like I just played my last game against a halfling team that had Zara the Slayer, and I killed her. But there she was on the sidelines before the end of the game, signing autographs.
Yes, she is like that. I have faced her before, and I like the idea of being able to stay alive forever, and not just almost forever, but really forever.
Say you're a vampire, you should be alive forever anyways.
Yes, but now nothing can kill me.
And you're going to. So what are you going to do here today? Because I mean,
Well, I am here to sign with my new agency. Here with my agent. I shall bring him in right about now. Would you please come in and we could make our signing?
So we meet again, Scott Prime!
oh boy!
Do something
Ginger
smell.
devils, do not listen to anything they say. You are worth all this and more.
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy this glass of Cristal with O negative. I know it's your favorite.
Absolutely.
Welcome
Push
to the
my booby.
podcast,
Push
Wilhelm
my booby.
Cheney.
You know, it's been so long, Scott Prime, since I have been festooned with your stench.
Why are you here?
That's
I am here to represent my agency, Cheney and Schwartz.
Cheney and farts?
no.
Schwartz!
Schwartz or Schwartz?
Schwartz.
You have a strange accent.
So you have,
Regardless,
I understand him very well.
your treatment of my future client is outrageous!
well, we
He has
can't ask him
carried his team for
questions.
so long. He has been such a star. Would you deprive other teams of his skills? Or do you fear them like Scott Prime fears me?
It's well documented, even from Nuffleween, that you're a bad player. Our buddy Paul Wright was totally disgusted with you. You played horrible on the field, so I don't want
Now,
to
to be fair, he's just not bad. He's just bloated. He's way too expensive for what he does. Which, the Baron is kind of that same way. So,
How dare you call
No.
me bloated?
so who else does your firm represent?
Well, we represent
Morg?
many stop Morg. No, we would not stoop to Morg. He's on the juice.
I would
You
not
need to
sign if it
Stay
was.
away from the juice. His body has a pronounced brow.
Well, only one kind of juice. I mean,
That is right.
You like
I
red
am-
juice?
I am a member of a firm that is very prestigious, and we represent so many star players. So many.
but
Really?
All overpriced?
All premium.
Yes.
This is what you need to learn.
So they're not
Premium.
overpriced, they're premium.
They're premium. You buy a nice car, you expect something nice inside.
Because I'm pretty sure I've never induced
Extra
Luther
cup
Van
holder.
Drakenborg, and I don't think I ever
Je
will.
vous trim.
Oh, and you should not. But you have me. You can now induce me
so
instead.
So you're a better player than Luther?
I believe so.
Oh, Luther, let me
What-
tell you something about that old man. You know, my dog digs up better. And I am a dog. So you tell me. He's
Wait,
terrible.
so you have a dog?
He's terrible. He's like the George Hamilton of vampires. It's awful.
I kind of thought George Hamilton was a vampire for a while.
Well, he's a much better vampire than Luther. I tell you that much. I lift my leg on him.
Very nice. Very nice. Classy,
We
too.
represent
So that's nice.
Stars are the likes of which you have never induced on your teams because they would not play with such street trash.
So is this your brother doing all this?
He's an integral part of the situation. He helps with licensing. We are already the Baron. He's going to be collecting many riches from the licensing deals we have had. Tell
With
him.
who?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I have.
What, Bloodweiser?
No, I have my new underwear line. I have coming out the BVDs. For every player on the field will now wear my underwear. That is just one of many.
Baron von Zarkart is going to cup you gently but protect you like steel.
So it's kind of like the Under Armour stuff, or
It's better than Under Armour.
or what Mormons would have, some magic underwear?
Magic underwear, yeah.
No offense, Mormons.
You must wonder why they don't fight crime.
That's true.
Who, the Mormons?
It sounds impressive.
Or do they?
They might fight crime.
I've never seen them fight crime.
We don't know if Batman could be a Mormon. Batman could be Mormon.
The Mormon.
What if he was? That'd be... Okay, we're veering off on the wrong subject here.
That's right, because your subject should be the Baron. You
All
should be
right.
congratulating him for coming on your crappy shows. This is no 3-die block, I'll tell you
Pretty
that
sure
much.
Wow.
They have pastries.
That's true.
You'll enjoy
they
them when
wouldn't,
we go.
and they would not
We-
call
we
us
have-
bloated
They
either.
would not ever say such things about such trim and fit star players.
Really?
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
What type of signing bonuses are you getting then?
It is not important for us to
No.
talk about compensations. First of all,
So I get the feeling that really, you guys don't even know how much you cost.
No,
Because I'm thinking your brother is charging way more than what you think. And he's just taking off the top.
that is a hurtful thing for you to say about my own family.
He
I hope to be
impersonated
induced
you
against
last
you
time.
with my blessing,
You didn't know
so that
about
we could
it.
donate to Allen Aid.
Oh, okay.
Allen Aid was for charity. You heartless bastard.
Now, wait a second. If sometimes you lease your rights out and then Wilbur or whatever his name
Wilma,
Wilbur.
say it correctly, ginger pig.
when more than one team want you, you just let Wilbur take over. Are you going to do the same thing? Like, let's say we just had a special tournament, because we run tournaments here at Both Down, and what if we had Baron von Darkhardt as one of our star players you can induce? Would
Could
there
rest
be just
assured,
fake ones?
as a Blood Bowl
Oh, no.
coach, the Baron von Darkhardt on your team will be of equal value as the actual Baron von Darkhardt. As stated in the small print of your contract, you will also be appearing at Euro Disney.
Oh, nice.
Yes, next to Snow White's castle. He signs the pictures, but he does not appear in them. The irony.
I was just going to say that. So really, you're just selling empty photos with a signature.
Mouth.
Yeah, I think you're ripping people off, dude.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
premium.
Yeah, you're
Premium. Learn the word.
You're premium crap, dude.
You haven't played as a star player yet, have you?
No, not quite, but I'm ready for it.
He's more than ready. He gets massaged every day. It's rolfing.
Yes, the nannies
Deep
are
in
taking
your-
care of me really
Deep
well.
into his connective tissues and bones.
Yes,
Getting a bone massage?
He's getting.
Because
I do not like the
So I
language
guess you
he's
two
questioning.
are both down, aren't you?
That's what it sounds like.
Not as much
What?
as you do, evidently.
No.
Really? So what extra provisions or special things that you need when you go play? Because I think Cheney needs like green M&Ms and like dog bones.
That's okay.
and-
I take all the red ones. That's the ones that I want.
So, zing!
Do they make red ones still?
Make red M&Ms.
course
Yeah.
they make red
Why-
M&Ms.
Why would they not make red
And if they
No, I
do
don't
not,
remember.
they will start.
Yeah. Out of all the colors, you think they would take out red?
I don't remember.
They have brown. Of
There-
course
there
they're
was
going
Now
to.
that I remember the cards,
There
the
was a short time where
advertisements.
red M&Ms did not exist because they caused cancer.
Right.
That's when I
Like
like them the
redheads.
most.
Oh, really? Like redheads.
Dirty dog.
You got a little red in your pelt there, my friend.
It's all
It's the
brown.
blood of my enemies staining me.
Yeah. I
Only
think
in the
it's your
crotch
blood.
area.
Zing! The count strikes again. Do you have any other questions for my client before we sign this lucrative contract and move on?
So we're at
We have
two-
a 4
two
o'clock
count?
at Hooters to help them open down the street. It's a ribbon cutting. Very prestigious.
Well, I do, but it's kind of like real world related. I know that the NAF presidential election's going on, and are you guys voting for anybody in particular, or do you even care about that? What the NAF does?
What I really want to see are black dies. When you turn them on the sides, the lady becomes nude. I would vote for anyone that could do this.
So you don't even care about the presidential election as long as they have nude block dice.
Correct.
I'm kind of with him
Baron?
on this one.
That would be
I'm,
all right
I'm
with me.
running. That's the sad thing. Because I kind of want
Oh.
nude block dice now.
So everybody should. You guys should vote for my buddy Kilowog here, Steve. Then maybe he could get you some nude block dice.
Unless he is ready to renounce you and all of your evil ways, I cannot give him my vote. Unless we can get that new dice thing rolling. And I want a taste of that. That was my
Well, how much
idea.
money do you
If you will.
I would be wary if you ask him for the nude dice, because then it would be just both of them nude on the
There
dice.
is that.
Both down.
Well, I wouldn't say no. I mean, a hot tub is a hot tub, my friend. It's something you will learn as a star player. Sign this contract immediately, and then we leave.
You might want to read the fine print.
Don't read anything. It's bad for your eyes.
I will sign this contract because I am worth every penny.
Every penny and more on my count, Baron von
Because
Darkheart.
if you think about it, I've been MVP many times.
What times
many
have you had
times.
hot meals, Kilowog?
That's a lot.
You realize that MVP is just a randomization, right?
No, it's not. I voted on
is a deal of nothing.
every
How,
game.
how many times were you league MVP?
Yeah.
That does not count. That is because it was against me, which is the reason why I went to star player.
It was the man keeping him down, but no longer, as he has ascended unto the stars.
And now
Shine!
Oh, Wilhelm, I sure hate your guts.
I have been convinced to sign, and I will sign now.
All right.
That
so
is a yes.
that is your signature?
I had no idea that your first name was Ernie.
I go by
What?
Baron.
Ernie von Darkheart.
It's Baron. We
Your
go.
real name is Ernie?
No, it's a it's a given.
Little Ernie von Darkheart.
We will have it legally
You,
changed.
you will never, ever get induced by me now. I would like to say it's a pleasure, but Wilhelm Cheney, you've kind of ruined this moment for me. So,
I hope to moon every moment from you going forward.
Oh, by the way, so since you've left your team, how's your team done?
I do not know. I do not pay attention to those things.
No, we
but-
don't
yeah,
look back
he's
on our
obviously
mistakes.
selfish. I mean,
Yeah.
But from what I heard, they have done as poorly as I expected that they
When you
should.
take a poop, do you look back at it before you flush? I do not think so.
Of course you do. You gotta see if there's any blood.
Then you cannot trust your own ass to do its job.
No.
I pity you.
You can never trust your ass. It's crazy.
You have no
That was
love in
pretty
your
funny.
heart.
Well, no. Have no soul either.
I'll
I'm a
give you
ginger.
credit on that one. Wilhelm. That was pretty good. I still hate your guts.
Now we go to Hooters. To the car.
Yes.
All right, so that wrapped that up as those two knuckleheads have left. What an awful.
Why do we do this job again?
I don't know. Why did I thought we were going to have like a fluffy little thing with Baron von Darkheart. Find out his name's Ernie and Wilhelm Chaney. So let's just move on to our next segment.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Hi everybody, I'm Stop Costas, beat writer for the Long Island Blood Bowl League, here with another Did You Know, featuring some of the most interesting stories of history in the Blood Bowl universe. Today, what every player and fan alike need before, after, and during the game. Attending a game this year? Of course you are. Want to get a beer? Of course you do. Inside and outside the stadium, fans are assailed by ads for Budweiser, Coors Fright, and Bugman's Best. But
Did you know?
I'm here today to ferment your interest in brewing and give you the Bugman's Best secret. A lot of research has been done to replicate the strong, meaty taste of the Bugman's Best brew. Brando of the Vorpal Chainsword blog swears it's a stout. He also says that it has properties that allow everyone around the keg to rejuvenate their senses and dive into battle fresh as a wound caused by a newly raised wight. He even goes on to speak of questions he asked of Warhammer historian Gav Thorpe, who agrees that Bugman's Best is a stout. What Brando and Thorpe do not mention is the special ingredient that gives the best its restorative properties. Most stouts are made with the malted barley. However, master brewer Yo-Yo Moroni searched long and hard for the best brew. After a long day at the office, Moroni came home and found that his son, an adventurer by trade, had slaughtered a particularly aggressive ogre. He had brought home the ogre in pieces, and Moroni and his family had decided to make a meal of it. The one part that wasn't used was the ogre's rear flank. Moroni brought it to work to use as a wall decoration, but the muscular leftovers fell from a table and contaminated his sample of brew. Moroni let the fermentation process finish, and was surprised to find it tasted better than he could have imagined. No buts about it. Next time you drink a Bugman's Best, remember that an ogre gave his ass for that brew. So now you know what I know. This is Stop Costas.
Okay, we're back for shout-outs. Shout-outs! That's just become the thing, isn't it? It's just going to be
It
that.
just feels like you got to do something kind of like
It does.
something right there that's kind of crazy.
Shout-outs.
Well, I don't know what it is. It just calls me to say that.
I got you. So you got anybody?
Um.
You don't, because nobody likes you.
Wow, that's like an awful thing to say. I'm going through a divorce
Right, because nobody likes you.
because nobody likes me. Wow. I want to shout out a few people, but I'm going to actually leave them nameless because since getting the Facebook page and even some people contacted me through Twitter, through the last podcast and stuff, they said
And emails.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, an email. I'm sorry. And emails. There's a lot of people concerned about, like, I'm sorry you're going through this divorce and, I don't know the story, but just hang in there. You sound like you're being tough at least on the air and stuff. And so let me be a little truthful. It sucks that my family is breaking apart, if everybody wants to know or not. But at the same time, life will be better.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the honest truth. There's a lot of stuff that's come out, and that's all I'm going to say. And it's time to just have a better life. And my life is a lot more stress free than it was in the past.
And has been for years.
And there's not a lot of chaos in this house anymore.
It's all thanks to me.
Well, I mean, I do have a good roommate, so
Yeah.
And it's sad you remember some of the old times, and every now and then even Scott Prime sheds a tear. But yeah, life is going to be much better. Trust me. I just got to get past this divorce and then move on, and it's going to be better for everybody in the long term. So I appreciate everybody's concern, though, and thank you very much for contacting me and just reaching out and let me know that there's people out there that care, and even if you hardly know me or not, and even if I needed to talk to somebody, that you guys are out there. So I really do appreciate that. So that's my main shout out.
Can we put the violin away now?
No, it's not being sad. It's just being transparent with people. And
I know.
And letting them know. I mean, there's some days I do sound tough, and there's a few, it's getting better as you learn to just drop the past, and I guess anger makes you hard.
I'll not say what I was going to say.
Probably better not.
So for my shout-outs, I wanted to give a special shout-out to Grebo. If you are looking for good miniatures, Grebo is a great place to go. And they had a sale, so I picked up some stuff, and Scott picked up some stuff, and made a big order, and we had it sent. And shipping's a lot from there to here, so I went with the cheaper package.
Because they're out of Mars, right?
I think so, somewhere. I think it's Italy. Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. But they were nice enough to, they kind of emailed and was like, you took the cheap option on shipping, right? We think you should go with the better one. I was like, yeah, but it's a lot of money. And they're like, oh, you don't understand. We're covering it for you. So, as a Christmas gift. I was like, oh, well, sweet. So, don't expect them to do that for you. And I didn't expect them to do it for me. But since they did, I wanted to give them a shout out and just let everyone know that they're good people there.
That's nice of them.
I thought so.
They have the Christmas spirit.
Mm-hmm. And I know some people were asking about good places to get miniatures. Grebo might not be the cheapest, but they have some great-looking miniatures. The Valdemarians and the just awesome ones. Impact's always a great place, especially if you're looking for the less expensive ones. Those plastic teams, you cannot go wrong.
No, I mean, a full team for $35,
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Oh, absolutely. And then Comixenos, there's a lot of other places, but it's really just dependent upon what you want.
An option for miniatures that people might not think about, and I'm sure we talked about it in the past, D&D still makes little pre-painted miniatures already, but they used to have an actual D&D game where you could buy it and have all the rules, and I think there's some form of that game around still, but they made it back when they were making the Star Wars minis and stuff for Wizards of the Coast. There's a lot of those miniatures that fit Blood Bowl positions that don't have swords or weapons that you can use. There's some mummy miniatures that don't have any weapons that you could use for
Or even if they do, like our buddy Kevin, he's playing with them, and
that's
he's got skeletons with swords and shields, and that's fine.
Well, it is fine, but if you're really picky like me,
I
found a website that had all the library of all those different figures with pictures. And I went through it way back when and wrote down, some positions I wanted. You get on eBay, you can get most of them for
$1.
4 of them. Yeah, just not much at all. Sometimes you can find a lot of 4 of them for $1.
Yeah.
And so you can fill in your skeletons or whatever positions you are. And if you don't mind weapons, they fit right on the Blood Bowl pitch fine. Mm-hmm. Our buddy Kevin, he painted the rings and painted a number on them, and they're good to go. I mean, tournament quality, I'd accept somebody playing them in a tournament.
Sure.
I mean,
they're
clearly marked,
so
there's no problem with that. So if you're out there and you only got $20 or something, look, you can really look around and you can find stuff easy.
Yeah.
So.
I did want to give a special shout out to user named Reroll over on Talk Fantasy Football.
Reroll?
He's the league commissioner.
That sounds like a transformer.
Reroll and re-roll out.
Reroll.
Transform and re-roll out.
He's like a neon green type,
like a Prius.
Yeah, or a Soul or something. I mean, he's kind of like a little guy. And
anyways, if you listen to 3 Die Block, you probably heard the big speech, or that they sent it to us to try to promote their league over in Lisburn. But we forgot it last month, or I did, so that was my bad. So if you listened to 3 Die Block, you heard that whole thing. And if you didn't, Google Lisburn, Lisburn Gaming Club. I want to say they're in Ireland. I didn't write it down because I'm horrible.
You are a horrible man.
God, I'm stupid. But yeah, Google Lisburn Gaming Club, and they're looking for people to play games all the time.
I guess since we're doing this, and all you guys already know that, we are the number one Blood Bowl podcast, but for a long time, we were the number one Blood Bowl podcast of just 3 podcasts, Blood Bowl related, and now there's 5 out there. Mm-hmm. So Want to run down those really quick? I mean, there's us, the
And
best.
we should. I was going to actually give them all Christmas shout-outs.
Oh, you
since
were?
Orca-Cola Cast was nice enough to give shout-outs to everybody.
Okay, then why don't you do that?
But yeah, it's 3 Die Block, us. I guess we don't have to include us, but I did. Zlurpcast, Orca-Cola Cast, and Pitch Invasion.
Right. So, and if you're just into League stuff, and maybe that's what you only want to hear, Pitch Invasion's for you. You know,
If you're
you
into
play just
online,
the online video game, Orca-Cola Cast. And then Zlurpcast does crazy stuff like us, and
When they
3
come
Die
out.
Blocks. You know, 3 Die Blocks pretty much copied our whole format. So, little jab at those guys. No, they do League stuff. They break down teams. I mean,
Yeah.
so we got a great family of Blood Bowl podcast, and I just have a weird hunch that this is not done. I feel like there's going to be at least one more by the end of next year.
there should be, but who knows?
So,
It's a hassle getting one started. Once you get it started, it's not so bad, but it's a matter of just getting everyone lined up to get something started.
and out of all those podcasts, I've listened and caught up. I just haven't had time to respond and thank everybody. So I really enjoyed your podcast. So just know we are listening. So just very busy now being a single dad. What else you got, Steve?
That's it for me.
Okay, well, let's go a little bit off subject. Last night, me and Steve became the loneliest men on the planet, and we partaked in a game called. It's a brand new card game. It's a collectible card game. What is it called, Steve?
The My Little Pony collectible card game.
So, if you're
To be fair, I didn't buy these.
yeah, well, you're supposed to pay me back.
Okay,
So,
for one.
well, I bought the other and thinking that I could learn it and teach it to my daughter, but it might be a little bit more complex. This is probably really made for the 30-year-old man.
Recommended for ages 10 and up.
As it says 10 and up? Okay. I was hoping it'd be like 6 or 7 or 8 or up. But anyways, it's a nice little game where you solve problems and you play your ponies. And there's like no bad guys in it except for troublemakers.
No, there's villains in it. You have to get them later on.
Oh, okay.
You're just mad that you lost.
No, I didn't lose. I got destroyed.
You did.
Steve also forgot to tell me a super rule in there. Like, oh yeah, you can save all those and build them up. Because he's a douchebag.
I never did it.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So what is your deck, Steve?
I've got Rarity and Rainbow Dash.
All right. That's good.
And you've got Twilight Sparkle and Applejack.
Yeah, I got some horses, and they have little crystals and stuff. So there you go.
Yeah.
It's made by Hasbro, and Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, so I'm sure there actually is some legit strategy in this game. So for all you Brony people out there, Abby, if you're listening, I know there's other of you out there who are not going to admit to it. I know Matt McDonough down in Texas really enjoys it. Even though I probably shouldn't have told that to everybody. Play this game with your daughters or play this with your other Brony friends.
Any reason you brought that up, or just
I just want to give some people a hard time.
okay?
I just want to talk, man.
Well, we're at the end of the show. It's kind of a bad time to talk.
No, it's not. I mean, the Christmas caroling's coming next.
We didn't do any Christmas carols.
Well, we're going to.
We thought about it, but 3 Die Block has done that before.
Have they?
Yeah, many times.
Oh, those guys ruin all the fun, don't they?
I know. We could. We had plans, but Alan bailed on us. Right, Alan?
Right. Well, we might sing something. Who knows?
I know, and we're not.
We could sing, I don't know, Little Drummer Boy or Mary Did You Know or
I'll take the Bing Crosby part if you do the David Bowie.
Peace on Earth. That's Bing Crosby's
Yeah.
part. So I got to go brumper bum bum all the time.
Anyways, can we just end this?
I hate
Put us
that.
out of our misery.
I hate that version of Little Drummer Boy.
You can go to hell.
You really like it?
You're dead inside.
No, I love Little Drummer Boy. That's an amazing song.
Two of the best singers ever in one song.
But that doesn't mean they need to go together.
No, it doesn't go together that well, but I still love it.
I never mind. I'm not going to say.
Okay.
Anything else we want to shout out before we
No.
get off here?
No, we're done.
I just want to talk forever.
We are done. We can just go into recording the next podcast.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Mr. Hanky, what do you think about it? Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Hanky. He was right here.
We're never going to record when we're awake again. This is a bad idea.
All right. We're going to let you guys go. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that stuff. Happy holidays, if that's your thing. And we'll see
Have
you.
a kick in Kwanzaa.
Oh!
What?
Critter Bowl's coming up. Don't forget that.
Yeah, Critter Bowl, Oklahoma Bowl, whatever.
Spiky Cup. All the rules are up. Go look. Sign up.
Go to bothdown.com or go to oklahomabowl.com.
That's right. See?
Okay.
This is why we should take better notes. Merry Christmas, Steve.
Merry Christmas.
You can follow Both Down on Twitter at Both Down. You can follow Scott at Fat Finley, FATFINLEY, and Steve at Kilowog2814. If you'd like to email, their email address is bothdownpodcast@gmail.com. Or for more information, you can visit them at bothdown.com or on Facebook, facebook.com/bothdown.
Both Down is a production of Couch Pirate Radio. Please drop by couchpirates.com to hear more of their podcasts.
Come, they told me, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Peace on earth, can it be? Years from now, perhaps we'll see. Our see the day of glory. Say the day live in peace, so peace on earth when we come. Every child must be made aware. Every child must be made to care enough for his fellow man, to give all the love that he can. I pray my wish will come true. It's for my child and your child too. He'll see the day of glory. I see the day when men of goodwill live in peace again. Peace on earth. Can it be? Can